They have one of those big old turners, the clubs.
Yeah.
Open up and
Dang, son, you.
But yeah, for the most part, man.
Other than that,
Let me get a shout out to MTA.
Right.
cough it up. Well, no one can hear you right now. Cough it out. Burp
Good.
hard. Do what you gotta do.
Your camera's muted. That's everything else is on.
Yeah, that's why I have.
Can't hear you guys.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can hear now.
Damn.
Low. Hold on.
Check.
You got us now, Augie? Can you hear us now?
Might check them too.
Hold on 1 second.
He can hear us 100. He in that
Yeah,
thing.
you can hear us 100. All right, man. You sound good, though? How's it sound, Augie?
All right. All right, man. Yo.
Go ahead, John.
Yo. What the hell is that playing to?
Augie said he can hear us.
What be playing to?
Yeah.
I'm just buying a desktop so we can leave all this set up every time.
Augie said he can hear us, though.
Yeah, so they can hear us now, bro. I'm trying to work on the echo, but we should be good.
All right.
So, sorry.
All right. Hey, coming back around full circle, man. It's your boy Rizzy, R-I-Z-Z-I-T-Y. I'm here with your man, Chris B, a.k.a. Agent Zero. My man Carlos and my man Eric in the building. And plus, you know, that man over there, Mike. Man, hey, man, how y'all week been, man? Sorry we started off a little slow. Audio was messing with your boy.
Good, man. Show this weekend. Besides this heat, been good.
Don't be shy now, guys. Come on. Don't be shy now, man. All right.
Yeah. Well, you know, my stupid brother came over here to correct something. I don't know what that was, but
Perfect.
there you go. Now we're back in the building.
All right, cool. So let me go ahead and start to get, hey, like you said, full fledged. What do you call it, dude?
Oh, that's Agent Zero.
Hey, if you know. At Agent Zero, man, we got Carlos in the building, Eric in the building, man. We apologize about that technical difficulty.
Oh, don't forget my man Clay over here, man.
Stay over in the corner.
Play the corner, doing the thing.
Mr. Kid, if you
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in, man. First and foremost, let me go ahead and tell y'all right now, man, go ahead and like the page, share it, all that good stuff, man. We appreciate it. We got some good stuff, man. We got, you know, a couple of car clubs in the building today. We can learn about them and see what they got going, the movements, all that good stuff, man. How y'all living today? Now we on. Let's do this thing.
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Doing good, man. Staying out of the heat, trying to.
Good luck with that.
Oh, yeah, good luck with that, man.
Just get in the car,
Man.
turn on the AC, and leave it on high.
Leave it up.
At
So-
this,
Good.
I'm just gonna say, man, at this point, it's almost impossible for homeless to be homeless. Like, I would have thought they'd have got a job by now. This is just ridiculous.
Just get out of the heat.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna ask when we talk about the heat. I always ask. There's a lot of lowriders out there that don't have AC. Could you concur?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, is because there's opportunities to. Excuse me from looking up and down, trying to walk and chew them at the same time. So you don't have no AC in your home?
No AC.
What kind of car you got?
1962 Chevy Impala.
6'2" and it's 6'2". I told you.
62.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no AC. I thought about putting it in, but why?
Damn.
It's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. It'll be cold, but it's not gonna be cold enough to where you're gonna enjoy it. You know, so I drive the car, just roll the window down, and just look cool.
Damn.
That's it.
That's tough.
So speaking of the 62, man, how long have you had it? And how did you get it? Was it already done up? Was it a project, or how long did it take you to build it? What's the story behind the car, man?
Story behind the car, actually, that car belonged to my father, Vincent Sanchez. This is probably about 15, 20 years. He was going around buying cars up. He had 67 convertibles, 65 convertibles, 65 hardtop, 63 Super Sport hardtop. He bought that 62. He had an old truck. He had a 64 Super Sport that he was working on. He was just buying cars left and right and just putting them in his backyard. One day he bought that car and he's like, hey man, I bought a 62. I don't got room for it. Can I keep it at your house? Yeah, you make room for it. Got it, took it to my house, put it on the carport, sat there. Sat there for 2 years, and one day he was like, you want to buy a car? Yeah. He's like, take a pick. And he's like, that's 62. You want it, yours. And hell yeah. So that 62, I got off of him. And it sat in my carport probably about 4 years before I did anything to it. And the funny thing is, how I got involved in this lowrider scene is crazy. I grew up 16. So during high school, the Super Show was always in at Civic Plaza. So that was always around my birthday weekend. Every year, go to Super Show and go cruising. Go to the show, look at the cars, check them out. Man, one day I'm gonna have a new car. I want something nice like that. And moving on forward, I met some girl. She went to Carl Hager, her name was Tony Moreno. Her dad ended up being one of the founding members of Sophisticated Few. So we ended up getting married through my father-in-law, Big T. I got into the club, showed me, a lot. He showed me the ways that how they started. That club started in '74. It was 8 guys, a couple of them were related. We're all best friends from one street. They all grew up on Raymond Street, Central and Raymond. And they were friends since high school, grade school, and they just decided to start a club. A lot of them were from other clubs. Then they formed Sophisticated Few in '74.
So off the top of your head, or if you know, how many members you have on the club now currently?
Active currently here in Phoenix, we have about 25 guys.
25 guys?
Solid.
Yeah, chapter-wise, how many chapters? and
Chapters,
How far you guys reach?
we actually, within the last about 5 years, we made a big push to expand. We have a chapter in LA, and it's Inland Empire. They're probably about
IE.
10 years old. Actually, one of the founding members' son, that whole family is the one that runs that whole chapter out there. We have a chapter in Tucson that was actually, the Tucson was the second chapter after Phoenix. So they've been around since, I want to say, the late 70s, early 80s. And then we have, we had a Prescott chapter that folded just recently, not too long ago. And we have an El Paso chapter. We had just started a Utah chapter. We have actually a couple guys in the UK.
Damn.
Yes. And a couple guys in Australia. And currently there's a guy, some guys in Mexicali looking out,
Okay.
in the talks, right, expanding.
Sheesh.
It's all progress. We want to grow, continue what we're doing. Like I said, this next year will be our 50th anniversary for our club. So, it's
Congratulations.
like I said, it's what I grew up loving and seeing, and what I wanted to be part of. I was very lucky. I married into a family that's what they did. They were established. My father-in-law and his friends, they built that club from nothing.
Hell yeah.
And, some of these stories these guys tell us, it's a lot of history, So I've been fortunate. I've had good mentors, my father-in-law, one of his best friends was OG Mondo. He was one of the baddest painters, he just recently passed away a couple years ago. The baddest painter in Arizona. Taught a lot of these painters here now how to paint. He painted my car. Dude was like, went to my house when I was talking about when I had that car in the carport. He was like, hey man, these are all whose cars at? So it's mine. So when you're ready to fix it up, give me a call. I just barely met the dude. And he's like, all right, cool. So I saved up some money, gave him a call. He's like, look, man, I got a 1-year waiting list. He goes, well, you know what? Let's bring me that car right now. He goes, what do you want? Well, just give me the color. I said, red. Okay. And that's all. And, he went to work on it. Took him, a couple of years, but can't rush, you know. For what I got that car painted and everything done for it, was dirt cheap, man, because family wise.
So you have 25 folks in the club right now, active. So with that being, you know, a pretty established club, when it comes to things for the cars, like, you know what I'm saying, any type of, you know, when it comes to building, welding, changing things out, whether it comes from under the car, under the hood, do you guys have your set people that you guys go to? Does everybody kind of outsource, or, you know, how does that work?
Well, within our club, we have guys that paint, the guys that do hydraulics, guys that do interior, guys that if you need a part, they know where to find it. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that's fortunate of having all these connections and all these guys that are older that were in the club before us. You learn from them, and they're, you know, they help you when you need something. Like, hey man, I can just send a text out. Hey, I'm looking for. I need this part. Sure, and these guys are responding. So and so. I got a friend, JR. He's always going to Pomona. So if you need anybody needs parts, hey, I'm looking for this. He'll find it for you. Hydraulics. All the guys from Inland Empire. That's what they do. They do hydraulics. All they love hopping is their life. That's what they do. That's you see them in California. They're just going to hops. They go to Vegas to hop. They go. They're everywhere hopping. And that's what they do. But that's the thing. But we're fortunate to be able to just get a few and knowing people and knowing, you know, past members, current members. They all contribute something. You know, I mean, they're like, hey, everybody helps each other out.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, we're lucky. A lot of us are. And, you know, if I can't do something, I reach out to Eric. Man, this guy has a lot of knowledge, man. He can paint, he can weld, he does a lot of shit. So I give Eric a lot of credit. You know, Eric is a bad dude. But like I said, man, my father-in-law, he got me into this. And I've been blessed. I was a member, and I became president. You know, I mean, I started in '94, had kids, so I had to kind of fall off the scene for a while. Came back in early 2000s, around there, and just started getting back into it. I had bought my car, started building it, and got into it. And again, and looked back ever since. My son is now into cars. He has his own 64, which my father-in-law bought that car. Gave all three of his grandsons, cars each, man. My son got a 64 Impala. My nephew Vinny got a 60 Impala, and my nephew Gordo Jose, he got a 58 Yeoman wagon. And like I said, it's a lot of history with that club. It's a lot of family and friends, and that's what, you know, we stick together. You know, everybody has arguments and all that and this and that, but man, at the end, everybody's there for each other. And that's the thing about our community, man. Same thing. Everybody looks out for everybody. If everybody, and you can be driving down the road, your car breaks down, guaranteed, people will pull over and help you. Like, hey man, you need something. They're not even from your club. They're from my club. Hey man,
Guaranteed.
you know what? Like, hey, you need gas? Well, what's up? You know, and that's the cool thing is like everybody looks out for everybody, and no matter from what club you're from or what you drive, it's a lot of love out there.
Yeah, definitely. And then that's awesome. That's what we kind of promote here is that, you know, it don't really matter. You know, of course, there's clubs that do their own things, whether it's events, cruises, whatever, what have you. But at the end of the day, being a community, we need to look out for one another and make sure that, you know what I'm saying, if you do see it, do your due diligence and make sure, you know, you help out one another. So you're the acting president as of now.
Yes.
How long has that been?
President-wise, man, I probably,
Are you straight?
well, we just kind of had a few years back some internal struggle, so it was kind of a split thing. But I've been saying probably president, maybe going on and off 10, 11 years.
Okay.
Now, and you know, I mean, what I want to see for our club's future, my son is an active member. I want to see him eventually one day. And if we're ready for it, the president.
So this is a good question because I've had not I but as the podcast we've had people that had car clubs coming here all the time, and it's awesome to learn more stuff. So I like to educate myself and educate people that are listening. As a president, what is your key role as president as far as, you know what I'm saying?
Expectation.
But so yeah, it's expectation. But as far as like running events, having somebody that's in your club wanting to expand and do something, where is their you know step in it? Where do they need to talk to the club? Where do they need to do this? And you know how involved do you get into doing stuff like that?
We're very involved. We do a lot of community stuff. We recently started pushing, you know, I mean, we're everybody looks at a lowrider and they automatically, a lot of people assume either a drug dealer or gang member and stuff like that. But really, man, we work hard for what we put into our cars and build. If people would look and see how the amount of money and care and what we take pride in doing, and see what we build and what we, like I said, money invested in this, if people take a look and like, oh wow, these guys aren't actually.
So you mean it's
You got slanging out there.
wait. So nobody on here is a drug dealer?
Nope.
I'm out of here, man.
Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
As far as presidency, I mean, it's just the way I see this, I'm just trying to ensure the future for the club, for my grandkids to be part of it. I want to see my grandson be a member and go with it. You know what I mean? I want to see my son, Carlos Jr., then become president, or my nephew, Vincent.
I thought you said Carlos Jr. Boy, I was like, have you tried that new Diablo joint?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's what I oversee, like, you know, which I got a vice president, we got a sergeant, a couple sergeant at arms, and we're, you know, they're younger people coming in.
Sergeant in arms.
They're just the ones just kind of keep everything going smoothly, make sure.
I was gonna say, I knew there was some guns in here somewhere. Yeah.
And then also, like, you
Not
said,
that kind of smooth.
we also have you know, a VCA chapter, you know, it's just motorcycles. So, you know, our roots are lowriders, but we also have motorcycles and stuff like that. And our goal is, you know, to keep this going another 50 years.
At least another 50.
Okay. So you were recently, I was looking at a couple of things going on, and then you was, your club was recently at the Super Show in April, and then you was on the news, right? Doing some giveaway stuff, or what was you doing? Oh man, I can't think about it now.
Well, we get, okay, every year for Christmas, we, as a club, we do a thing with the Roman House. It's a foster home. They have 40 foster kids.
Okay.
And we hooked up with them, and every year, our club members and our family and friends, close friends, this is a close event, really. What we do is every member gets a kit, and we buy them what they need and a couple of things of what they want. So, and we do that, you know, we pay our dues, and that's what we use our money for, is to buy that stuff for that event for those kids. We also do Thanksgiving for them, you know, we give them, you know, meals for they can have, and, you know, just to do, you know, so they have a good time, you know.
That sounds like child support.
And, you know, we've been plugging, like I said, the Roman House has worked with us, you know, for the last 7 years. We're going on our 8th year. And what made it was this last Christmas was a friend of ours, one of our members, has a mutual friend with Devin Booker. And he reached out, and Devin Booker came out, and he came out, brought his car, 59 convertible, and he showed a lot of love to these kids, man. He is a very humble person, good guy. He came, and he told, you know, didn't bring no security. It was just him, his friend, a couple of his friends, and a photographer. And he said, look, man, if we keep this on the low, I can stay as long as people don't start overwhelming. He showed up, and he brought a truckload of shirts, sweaters, jackets. He sat there and signed and talked to every single kid, shook everybody's hand. And he was genuine, man.
That's got the chills, man. That shit is badass.
And
That's for real. That's bad.
yeah, and you know, he just showed a lot of love, and you know, I mean, he was like I said, he was into lowriders, man. You see some of those cars that he has, and you know, I mean, so he took his time out, and you know, he didn't have to do it, but he did it.
Yeah.
And man, we're fortunate, man. He made those kids, they were like starstruck. You know?
Heck yeah.
Even us as adults, you know, man, a lot of us were like, you know, this dude's actually here. You know, our friend told us, oh man, he's gonna come. And we're like, man, he's bullshit. He's full of shit.
Too busy for
all
us.
all these little kids are like, you know, yeah, right, he's really gonna come, man. He, man,
Well, he said around Christmas time, playoffs, baby, you know.
he showed up, and man, like I said, showed a lot of love for us, man. And, you know, I mean, and that's why, you know, we made him an honorary member because he did a lot of that.
Sorry, man. My wife just chimed in right now. I want to show what she was saying.
I think that's super dope. And I see the video. I actually have the video that I was gonna play. For a reason why I won't play it is because since it's owned by the news, they'll cut out that part of the podcast. So I was like, you know what? But that's super dope, man. Like to be able to have someone first and foremost shout out to the Suns.
Phoenix Suns?
Have, you know, and shout out to Steve Wood, be humble, and shout out to your crew, man, to be out there and help the, you know, the foster kids and do everything as far as, you know, giving them what they want, some things they need, and then it's coming together and doing that stuff. And we have, you know, a lot of appreciation for a lot of clubs that come on here, and we have flyers and people that do, you know, this either for, you know, back to school, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all kind of stuff. So to hear about it, it's awesome. So when you have events, you know, definitely this ain't your only time to come on the show. Whenever you have something come back, make sure you come on the show. We talk about it. You know, let us help you with it, man. And you know, just to make sure we spread the word and any donations or anything that people can, you know, provide or bring, that would be awesome. You said, I think I'd asked you, you have no events coming up?
Actually, we do have one going on this Friday. It's with Chicago's por la Causa. It's at Central Park. It's like 2nd Street and Tonto. It's kind of like a kickback thing. It's kind of what we've done it before, where it's we bring a couple of cars and just show some of these kids in the neighborhood. You know, look, we all just because you come, you don't have a silver spoon. You can work and have whatever you want. If you just work and you do it, you know, you go to school. You know, you can whatever you want to do with your life.
Yeah,
Make anything happen. You know, I mean, like I said, we all, you know, I grew up in South Phoenix. My parents gave me everything I wanted and needed, but at the same time, I chose to do better. So, you know what I mean? But, you know, I mean, this getting into cars, man, is what I love, and you know, it's a passion. And my kids are into it, man. I got my daughter, my son and my daughter. I have that 62 birthday. They fight for that car. It's both their cars, so
That's where it's fighting for.
yeah, you know what I mean. So they're the ones that are like, you know, that's my car. No, it's my car. But like I said, my son has his own car, so
I just put the
my
alternator in.
daughter, she's got, you know, it's. I keep on telling them the first one that puts a car in my driveway, we'll get the car. So. And then my daughter.
If anybody was trying to inquire on sophisticated fuel onto possibly even being a part of the club or even using your cars for music video or models, you know, using your cars for photo shoots or anything, how does that work and how do they get a hold of you?
A lot of people just approach us, come up to us, and, you know, ask us. Yeah, we have a web page now. We have an Instagram now. So, you know, it's a lot through that, you know, a lot of now through social media, where before it was, you know, just word of mouth, you know, hey, I get this, you know, hey, get their number, you want to call. Now it's mostly a lot of it is done through social media. So you can reach out, on our webpage or on Instagram or, I don't know what other little things we have.
The TikTok.
Those, yeah, so, but yeah,
AOL and MySpace and the
Hotmail.
and the
but
Hotmail.
yeah,
Hey, my shit would have been hard.
like I said, like you asked the question of how, to get into the club, it's you just come around and, we got guys that want to come in, we bring them around, they start hanging around with us and see how we are, how we act. And, it's not about what the car you have, it's how you interact with other people and how you want to be there. You know what I mean? Our goal is we're one club, we're one team. We all support each other and no one's bigger than the club. We're all sophisticated few members and
Can you say that last one again? No one's.
bigger than the club. And that's
a breath of fresh air.
And that's what we're trying to do is, just have a positive vibe. You can get a person with the most beautiful car, but if they can't just fit in and click with that group, or it's hard, and it just can create a lot of problems for a club.
Yeah.
So, that's why we just try to bring them in first for a while and see, hey, get along with everybody, we like to bullshit a lot, like how we just like to talk shit to each other, mess around with each other, but it's never, seriously, we just play around. Also, our families are all around, so we have our kids, our wives, grandkids, so, it's more of a family thing. But when it's just the guys, we're gonna shoot shit and just talk shit to each other, just bullshit, but that's the most important thing is if you can get along and fit in, man, it's a beautiful thing.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. That's what it comes down to, man. Like having the family, kids, everything being on the whole vibe and everything, man. So that's awesome, man. We definitely appreciate you, man, talking about the club. Man, that's awesome what you guys do. Off the top of the head, real quick, I want to see. Do you know the cars that are in your club?
Shit, man, I got
That's like saying the alphabet.
We got my son has a 64 Impala. My compadre has a Vincent Sanchez has a 64 Impala Super Sport. My son is Carlos Memo Jr. He has a 64 Impala. My compadre's wife Rosie Sanchez has a 63 Impala Super Sport. My vice president Rick Reese has a 68 Impala Custom. Let me see who else. One of the original members, Jared Garcia, he has a early 70s Cadillac. Member named Rudy Romero has a 52 Chevy. And he has a 56 Chevy, two-door. Member Tim, he has a 70s El Camino, and he has a bike. My partner Clay, he has a Harley. Let's see who else. We got Danny Huerta. He has a late 60s Thunderbird. We got, let's see who else. Let's see. Drawing.
Oh, that's the link with the suicide.
These are one of those questions when they've asked, like, you got 5 kids, what's their birthday? Damn.
So then the question up here from Eric. So what's Eric's current project in cars that he has? So I guess it's your turn now, Eric. What you got going on?
I guess the question is which one, not me.
What you got, man? What you got?
So from Casual Image, actually really, really close with Carlos here, and been talking to him for quite a while about trying to do something, a little brother club thing. We can lean on each other for barbecues and stuff between the clubs and stuff. And we got started actually because, I had my shot at a couple of clubs. I won't mention any names. Both of them ended badly, not just for me, but for a group of people. Ended up splitting up. Literally, whole club split up. Same member started another one. Again, that kind of went south. So I kind of told myself I was going to solo ride for a while. Actually had a pretty big group of, I would say about maybe at the time about 10 or 15 behind me. And they kept telling me, they're like, look, man, you've been around these things. I grew up, I had nobody in my family who had lowriders. So I grew up cruising Central back in the day, right before they shut it down. I was one of the kids who sat on the hood kicking the cones out of the way, you know, when they started getting ready to shut it down. So I had that. I always loved the culture. So I got older and bought my first Lola, which was a Regal at the time that was already lifted. And got going there, but it kept getting told over and over again by a bunch of friends and family, hey man, you know, you've been around clubs, you know the inner workings, you know how they work, you should start your own club. Didn't want to do it, didn't want that drama. And after a while, it just became that, you know what, fuck it, let's just do it. You know? So we put together Casual Image, and we tried to generally veer away from the typical stereotype of clubs. We have mainly one rule, and I tell all my members this. I say, you know what, man, the club is your house. You wouldn't walk in your house and take a shit in your floor, don't take a shit in our club. So respect it, you know, the same way you would respect your house. And as far as that goes, I mean, yeah, like Carlos was mentioning here, yeah, I do some painting on the side with Vinny here. A lot of people who see me on OG side, Vinny's Customs.
Shout out to Vinny's Customs.
I've done a lot of hydraulic installs and work myself, do a lot of welding, try to learn as much as I can, gain as much knowledge, leave it to the next generation, you know, when my time comes. But so now again, we're only about 4 or 5 years into our club, and pretty strong, you know, good, you know, 10, 15 members around there. And we were fortunate enough to have, you know, a select group that has family as members, and we have our select group has family as members. So it's a bunch of families, you know, but you know, we're always looking to expand, you know, like Carlos had mentioned. And as long as our main thing is just being respectful. If you can't click with somebody, we don't want any drama. We got kids running around. It's about the community. It's about the kids. And if you're gonna bring drama, then you know what, man, just bring me your backpack, and you know, you guys can have a good day. You know, because we don't want that. You know what I mean? So those are our general rules. So what I'm building right now is 66 Caprice. I'm sorry. And we're building my lady's truck, which is in the shop right now, getting painted for S10. And top of that, you know, we got the Lincoln at the house. I got a 07 Lincoln. So
Spanking Lincoln?
yeah, so we got that part. We got that at the house there that we bring out every once in a while here and there. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. You know.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. You know what? It's good. Like I like both of you guys said about the just clicking together.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to do here too is like here at Live Ride Podcast is like we're really trying to get folks to be not really like we're not trying to be in car club, but we like to be affiliates. You know, so eventually I'm gonna end up talking to you guys and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep it all together, keep it all community wise. And a lot of car clubs we're gonna talk to and everything. And you know, when I say affiliates, I mean, hey, when we throw a show, you know what I'm saying, I want you guys to be involved. And then vice versa. When y'all throw shows, let us be involved. We go broadcast live, make videos, do what we gotta do, keep everybody updated what's going on to do. Because what that does is that just promotes, you know what I'm saying, good, you know, stuff for the community and to ride it through, you know what I'm saying? You said that you started your club about 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah.
How did you get the name?
We got the name based off of how we want to be. We want to be casual. You know, I tell everybody, you know what, it's your dime, it's your time. You know, I'd rather see my members, you know, our members, you know, I'd rather them post pictures up of them and their family having fun and you know, Rocky Point or somewhere doing something as far as, you know, as far as pressuring them to, you know, put it into their car. You know, if they want to come bring it out, they want to roll with us, then hey, we'll roll with you. You know, it's all about the family thing. I know a lot of clubs we try to stay away from a lot of the rules because I think that structure is more around the family feel. You know, and that's what we want is that family feel. So
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest things for us. Like when we've been talking on the shows is that a lot of people back in the day, like even myself back in the day, when I was younger, the young whippersnapper. Yeah.
Ooh.
Long time ago.
That's horse and buggy years and shit.
Model T.
That's horse and buggy right there, man.
Wait.
When I was a young whippersnapper, you know what I'm saying, in my teens, we used to go out there and we used to go out there to go see the Lolos and go and stuff. I felt like we had to take homies with us because we didn't know what was cracking up. If shit was gonna pop off, or if we need to fucking run and fight whatever if someone didn't like somebody else. And then going to some events now, it's like you see kids, you know what I'm saying, whip out they lawn chairs, sit them down, and the parents got their ice chest, and you know what I'm saying, and that's the shit I like to see because, like I said, man, hey, you know, a lot's changed, you know, and the biggest thing is like, you know, like you said, you do it for your kids, your grandkids, and you want them to continue to grow. And you know, there's people that are skeptical, but they like the cars.
Yeah.
So they like the car from a distance. Even like I think, at least I'm just throwing this out there, maybe speculate a little bit, but even like the Super Show, like the Scottsdale joint that's coming the 29th, this Saturday, $40 a ticket, lowriderexperience.com, make sure you pick up your tickets. No, that was advertising.
Put that banner across there. Where's that banner?
You know how I do that?
Put that banner.
Anyways, like I feel like that because it's such a main event, a lot more folks that don't mess with the community, the lowrider community internally in Arizona, will go to that before they go to an event they see.
Is that because it's in Scottsdale?
No,
Scottsdale.
You're absolutely wrong. It is because it's in
Scottsdale
Scottsdale.
have a diversity of people there also. You know, from not only from the Hispanic community or the rider community itself, but being in Scottsdale, being around that in that area, there's gonna be a lot of
It means
diversity.
you got to spend more money.
You
There's
know,
gonna be a lot. Don't get me wrong. There's gonna be a lot of older people out there, and they're probably gonna make some offers on some of these cars, man. To be honest with you, some of these, you know, older people.
They do that?
Yeah, man. Heck yeah.
But you know, like you had said before, how this whole scene had changed quite a bit. You know, I was just talking about that just the other day with a couple of friends of mine. I was like, man, I remember back in the day, you'd cruise Central. You know, if you wanted to meet a chick or chicks go off and want to meet dudes. You know, they were like right there next to in the car. Cars didn't move. People would jump out, fight right there. The cars would move. Everybody jump back in. You know what I mean? They start rolling. You know, depending on if they weren't done, you know, they get back out and fight till the cars. I mean, nowadays, you know, just a simple head gesture like this, you know, back then was bad.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like, you know, hey, what's up? You know, everybody's talking. Like Carlos had said, you know, more lowriders will stop for another lowrider, regardless of club, regardless of whether they know them. I mean, everybody's always willing to help. So it definitely has changed a lot, you know, and that's a good thing. So
Yeah, no, that's definitely because you know, this is just like I said, a lot of old speculation that we're trying to embrace, and unfortunately, we see people that actually still have that. You know what I'm saying? What does it say? I should start a program. How to start your car club off on the right road. It's an order, man. Just kidding. You know, so it really depends on how you're gonna run the car club. Cause I hear so much.
Every time I go out there, I'm like, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm just playing. I'll be cool. I go up to everybody, man. I just have that character. So I'm like, hey, man, you got a nice car. Oh, what you got in there? Oh, 305. I just know a lot about cars, so
back in the day, you couldn't even do that. You know what I mean? It was.
Oh, I know. I used to be on Central with my uncle.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
You think about how many people lost their life on Central back then, just in a weekend. I mean,
we were wasn't a lot of black people out there. Let me tell you. And, you know, so we would ride, and he had some homeboys, so we was our own little group. We'd ride, and sometimes it'd be cool, and sometimes my uncle would be like, all right, come on, hey, we gotta get up out of here. I'm like, what the fuck going on? Put your seatbelt on. Seatbelt.
Yeah. So I got a question for both. I thought about both of you guys. If you guys want to chime in, go ahead. My question is, over the years of decades or so that you guys been involved with the lowrider scene and the community stuff, what changes have you seen that's either improved or that needs to improve? What could you say today, like 20 years ago, you know, like we were just talking about stuff happening, you know, being almost 50 years old at the car club, I know you guys seen a lot of stuff change over the years and stuff like that. From cars barely going 5 or 6 inches high, now they're flipping cars over and, you know, hitting back bumpers and shit like that. But what's your take on that? What's the changes that you've seen, you know, good or bad, you know, and tell us about it a little bit.
Pretty much, I've seen nothing but good, man. You just see, like I said, from when it first started, you know, they were hopping cars. Everybody's, you know, with beer cans.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, they can flip them over, do whatever, you know, I mean, paint jobs. I mean, some of these guys are pushing the envelope, you know, I mean, when you think everything has been done, somebody comes out and does something that you never would have expected. I mean, you see some of these guys got 57 Chevy Bel Air convertibles. They're hopping, man.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
You know,
That's a shame.
I know.
You know,
That's
it's to each their own. I mean, hey, that's a beautiful car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
That's
you know,
damn.
and these
Yeah.
guys, you know,
I never seen that yet.
I mean,
So I got a 96 stinking Lincoln outside town car.
It
Those
stinks.
ones would get bumped all the time.
Oh, yeah. Those things free
Yeah.
those things free like crazy.
Bumper check.
I'm trying to get some hydros and just yell at the plugs.
Man, right here.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's all been positive, and even now more clubs are united. You know, everybody is trying to help everybody out, you know, each other out at their events, and they're showing each other a lot of love. You know, because it's as we get older, there's a young crowd coming, like kids, grandkids. So you know, what I mean, all these little kids now that are going to the car shows with their dads, looking at these cars. Eventually, they're the ones that are going to be the ones with, you know, pulling out like, you know, lowrider of the year. You know what I mean? And you go to Vegas and you see some of these cars. We in March we did San Antonio Super Show. It was 18 hours pulling the car. You know, we had to stop a couple times, you know, deal with trailer issues, but
Yeah.
man, that was it was beautiful. Man, just drive, go to the state, go look at the car. It just everybody shows you love. Like, it's cool. But like I said, I just want, like I said,
He's banging on
what I
it.
love to see is, you know, us continue to grow and this culture just keep going. Right? You know what I mean? Just keep it going.
You know, I think, like you said, I see mainly positive in the changes in the years. The one negative thing I seen, you know, there's a lot of, you know, people have different opinion about trailer queens, street cars, this and that. You know, both of them help make the culture what it is. But the one thing I seen, and maybe I might ruffle some feathers with this, maybe I won't, maybe a lot of people will agree with it. We have all these kickback spots that we're fortunate enough to have a certain amount of people that can put these together. And no matter how much they preach and they push to help clean these spots up and this and that, I personally, every time I've been out, I've seen trash left behind. And usually it's the people that are getting drunk that just don't give a shit. They want to drink, they want to toss it. You got to have a little more respect for that, man. That's the one thing that I see that's got to change because, you know, the lowrider culture is, as everybody knows, is much more different than the little Hondas, you know, the little Rice, the truck scene, this and that. You know, they get kicked out. Cops don't want them anywhere. Cities don't want them anywhere. The lowrider scene, you see a cop pass by and give thumbs up, you know, or stop and check out the cars. You know, we got a lot of love, and the only way we're going to keep that love is to keep the love in the area, keep it clean, man. That's the only thing I think that I gotta say about that. You know?
So going back to that about keeping the spot clean. Earlier you said your club, there's one rule, you know, you treat it like your house, you don't treat it like your house.
Yeah.
And on like every show, I try to point out that point about keeping it clean too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but on the show, I always say, you know, keep the spot clean like you keep your ass clean.
Yeah.
You know, pick up after yourself, wipe yourself, you know, clean up after yourself. So that is a real big one too, man. And I've said it a number of times.
You wouldn't wipe your ass halfway, so why leave your spot halfway? You know,
I know some of these dirty motherfuckers, man. Yeah.
That's a big one, man.
Yeah, because like I said, people eventually get tired of having to go out, you know, on a Monday, come out, go to work, and then they got to pick up that trash that somebody else left there.
and
And that's what causes a lot of places to get closed down.
And you know what? A lot of respect. I'm sorry, but a lot of respect. I seen a picture. I have personally not went to the Jackson kickback, Jackson Street kickback. It's been hot, had this and that going on. I've been busy. A lot of people know me. Know I'm at work. You know, before the sun comes up, I go home and the sun goes down. I mean, I'm busy. You know, But I saw a picture one time, and I think right now is a good time to put it out there. I seen a picture one time, and I'm gonna throw it out there because I don't know who this dude was, and I don't know anything about him or anybody, but I saw a picture of some dude during the daylight cutting grass on Jackson. Well, that's respect right there, man. That's a lot of respect. He went out the next day and cut the grass. Is that him? Yeah, man. That dude. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know him. I never met him, but much respect for that, man. That's love right there.
That guy even cleaned up the graffiti, man. They came on and they repainted the guy's fence because somebody graffitied on it.
Dude, that's respect right there, man.
So him and his wife, they went out there, they picked up trash and like all that stuff. It's unfortunate that there was a bunch of things that were going on, and we had even became the Oprah to the joint.
The Oprah.
It was the Maury show.
Well, speaking of which, I'm not going to get into it really right now. But one of the things where the lady about leaving oil on the floor for fried bread, and it was not looking good for the folks out there that were trying to cruise and everything. So this started becoming a vendor issue. The lady had just recently wrote me, and she had said, I was told to message y'all, a podcast. We appreciate y'all, looking out so we don't want to talk, because we actually have the voice. It's not because people message on Facebook groups, and a lot of shit gets misread and misconstrued because they feel like, bro, I'm not talking to you, so this is not your issue. People think like, what the fuck? Fuck this guy. No, maybe that guy's probably being like, oh no, I'm not. And so we had the opportunity to voice. And so this lady, I told her that we're gonna do a video conference with her next week, because she said she didn't want to clear her name. I heard other stories, and first and foremost, I'm not here to sit here to say who was right, who was wrong, because I wasn't there. I didn't personally see what was on the floor. I didn't, whatever happened. But you know what? Give everybody the opportunity to speak their piece. But the biggest thing was when that Jackson joint closed down, a lot of it had to do with the vendors and all that stuff. And it was like, damn, you kind of uprooted the whole reason why it was there. You know what I'm saying? Initially, it was there because just the cruise. And then it started getting to vendors. Parking spot. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I like parking spot.
And it got to that point. And it kind of sucks because people like I said, I'll put him out there again. Marco, he was picking up trash, and they doing the graffiti and stuff. They had even
They got trash cans donated.
SRP donated some trash cans.
Porta potties. They got porta potties. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's a lot of things that we wish we didn't see. But when I went out there the one time I did, and it was dope. I was like, damn, this is I like this. It's cool. But unfortunately, things happen. So hopefully in the near future, you know what I'm saying, we can get it going and do it right. I know that there's I'm going to say it right now because she just wrote it, and I also have other flyers that I'm going to read out real quick. Not real quick, but I know that there's an Arizona Cruise Council. I don't know. I'm just gonna say I don't know what everybody has, Parklands Council's podcast. And, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But she did say it's 420 cruise for the culture, July 29th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Glendale Glitters giving away backpacks and school supplies. Cruise rides for kids and seniors off Glendale Avenue. Her sponsors, she gonna load all of them. Lowrider Magazine, what the hell it says. Secolotes, MC Sonny's Project, 503C, DJ Reminisce, and special guests after the Scottsdale Super Show, free family event hosted by the Arizona Cruise Council. Shout out to Miss 420 Joe. Even when we first started the show, there was things back and forth with her and stuff, and it's awesome that we're able to bring her in. She's cool people, man. I like her. She's always been member respectful to us, even though they had bad blood with other folks. But for her to continue to let us, shout out to her events. So shout out to them, man. Go out there if you're doing anything after the Super Show joint. There is the Lowrider Super Show, AZ Super Show, July 29th, Westworld of Scottsdale.
It's AC.
And
Man.
it has a seat with air conditioning.
Yeah.
So all you brown folks that are, brown and black folks that are used to being outside.
The fuck? I'm a darker brown motherfucker. Hey man, see, you know, I don't get to say shit. I don't ever say nothing.
This is Scottsdale, you might not be here.
Yeah.
He's absolutely. Last time I went to Scottsdale, I got kicked out of 2
You
bars.
gotta get a driver.
You gotta get it right.
Do you guys have any cars in the show? Or you guys? You do? Okay, what cars are in the show?
I got my 62 showing, Rick showing the 68, Danny Huerta, the Thunderbird, my son's taking the 64, and Clay's got his bike, an OG member Bob taking his bike, OG member JR, his Cadillac, Orlando from Casa Grande, he's taking his bike. We got, let's see, who else? Little Raul, he's taking his Chevy, it's a 53. Who else?
Damn, they got a lot of cars in the show.
We got like
Taking your bike, Clay?
12.
Yeah, Clay's taking his bike too.
Sean,
Oh, nice.
taking his bike.
I'm gonna get a picture everywhere. I'm gonna get a picture everywhere.
Find out. July 29th.
If you really want to know.
Gotta be able to find out.
And more.
We
This
might,
Saturday.
we might even see every speak there.
You gotta pay for that content.
Real quick question, real quick. Just like, you still reading out the events?
Go ahead, do your thing.
All right, so question for both of you guys actually. Cruising or kickback? What do you prefer? You like to cruise like Central, or do you prefer the kickback, like hang out in the park or whatever it is and chill all day?
I think when there's a kickback, there's a cruise.
Yeah.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah.
AC or not.
No.
Like that Jackson Park, like cruise up,
That was a
a
cruise.
couple times, and then you park.
Right.
And just hang out, watch out, see what everybody else is driving. People come up, kick back. Every time, both are good times, you know what I mean?
Right.
As long as you have a nice chip of beer
Cars, and you're willing to share.
you have a good time. And like I said, with good people and friends, man, it's always a good time. But I do want to say, man, I want to say thank my wife, my kids, my father-in-law, Big T, my wife Tony, my kids Carlos, Christina, Marita, all that, man. They all are part of what I do.
Right.
Because
That's
without
why you're
them,
running the show.
their support, I wouldn't be doing this. Man, like I said, my father Vincent, my partner Rick,
You right there
Clay,
too? Oh,
OG
crazy.
for JR.
I'll be mad out here. All the potholes and rocks that be flying on.
You got me into this. He showed me, the ropes, you know what I mean? And, his brother neighbor, Manuel Moreno, Peter Love Lopez, Bobby Gonzalez, those are all the
That's all
family
good,
members,
man.
you know what I mean? They all, played a part in my life, getting to where I'm at. I learned a lot from all of them, So I give a lot of respect to all these guys. So, like I said, more importantly, my wife and my kids.
And
Because they're the ones that, my wife was like, when I bought that car, she's like, what the hell is that thing?
You gotta
That
have
thing's
this.
ugly.
You gotta have that strong rock next to you.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
you got to.
you that have when you met your wife?
No, that's what
Every day.
I don't think any of us
I give a lot of credit to my wife, man, I'm a pain in the ass, so.
Johnny
Where
said,
I put up with me for, 30 years?
that's
Bro,
30 years! Yeah, I'll be
God damn.
this next month.
What the hell? Damn. I thought it was like 30 something. You are old, buddy.
hey, man.
I'm not that old, man.
Or that old.
So that's another comment of the mix that you brought that up about the family stuff. Having a support group like that is very, very necessary. Like Eric just said with The Rock, I know his wife is very dedicated to the scene.
You know what it is this. I tell my members this all the time. I say, you know what? It's I tell whoever they're with, their wife, their girlfriend, their fiance, whatever they are, I tell them, I say, look, man, the thing is, I tell the wives and I say, look, man, your guys' vote count just as much as your husband's does. or whoever whoever you're with, that or whatever they are to you, your vote counts just as much as they do. You know, I'm not going to go and drop, $1,500, $2,000 on my car without checking with my lady if my mortgage or if my rent isn't paid that month. You know what I mean? So for that being said, they have to have a say so in it, man. You know what I mean? So that when you have one that's kind of against the scene, man, that just makes it for a monkey ride.
With that being said, I would give a shout out to my girl as well.
Yep.
She, every time I do the podcast or any events or anything, she's always by my side. She always comes and supports. And it is dope because I was in a previous relationship where it was like I'm sitting here showing face and having a good time and chopping up with you guys too. But I know every minute that had went farther, I knew that I just felt the anger. And you know what, man, that was, and I know it's crazy, bro. This ain't, I'm about to feel drunk, but it is a different feeling to have somebody else besides, so shout out to my woman, I love you. She does be looking out for me and supporting everything we do and checking out the cars and everything.
This is Johnny Thiago, right? That's my lady watching us in the woods. Johnny Thiago right there. That's another one of our members there. He has the 90 style Stankin' Lankin also. So he's
Stankin' Lankin.
and he does cruise. I mean, that dude jumps out and takes off to Tucson. He'll take off to Sacaton. I mean, he gets out, he cruises his car all the way out there, man. That dude really does represent, man.
I get mad driving.
AC or not?
AC or not.
Isn't his car beige?
No, he has the white one now with the green patterns. Like on the back window there. Yeah. Okay. The green plate on it. Ice pearl on it.
So we have to, in the near future, when it starts cooling down, maybe like the end of September now, surprisingly not. Man, Live Ride Podcast, bro, we here to definitely learn your guys' stories, and I appreciate what we learned today, what you not only do as far as getting the cars, becoming the president, doing your own thing, and having people behind you. All that stuff, man, we love to continue to work with y'all, man, to make sure that the community's together and we building, and any events that, moving forward, what I'm saying, we definitely always don't mind going in there and even asking the kids, hey, what's your favorite car out here in the parking lot?
With
Right,
beer?
cruising. That's what we definitely want to continue to do for y'all, man. And then vice versa, we're gonna have some shows. We're definitely gonna invite y'all, man, to come out there, support. A lot of it, definitely just community based, and just to get to know each other. Because what I'm saying, we see a lot of new faces, a lot of even a lot of people that are here in the comments. We talk to a lot of people in the comments all the time, and even it's the same people week after week, and we don't know y'all, man. But ready for the advertisement? July 29th at the Scottsdale Westworld, man, all of your hosts from Live Ride Podcast, my boy Grizzly, Chris B.
I got 86 already.
Oh yeah, he's not going down.
Agent Zero, man. Agent Zero.
And what's message?
Hey, I promise you guys. Hey, if you go to the show, I got a lot more jokes, but they be censoring me and shit, so I don't be saying nothing. I kind of just I stay in the cut.
Hey man,
Won't happen
go on
live.
the Easy Super Show. If y'all find us in the crowd somewhere, man, we gonna give out.
Well, look for me. I'll be the tallest one.
Yeah, you can find him, but it's gonna be too much.
At least I ain't a chub, baby.
Yeah, if you find Chris, he's handing out sexual favors. So
Yeah.
whether you're male or female,
Yeah. He'll have his knee pads with him.
Stop by and say hi if you see the crowd, man. You can't miss it, obviously.
But if you guys find us, man, we're gonna hand out 10 tickets, bro. We're gonna give y'all some podcast goodies, man.
We're gonna look like
And
the
that's
number 100.
nothing sexual. That's little stuff,
What'd you say about tickets? What was that? How much about tickets again? What'd you say about tickets?
What tickets? The giveaway tickets?
Yeah. What'd you say? What were we gonna do? What?
We'll be handing out some tickets.
Before the show, correct?
Is it before the show?
How the fuck are you gonna get in the show if you give them out after the show?
No.
Not them tickets.
Hold on. Y'all gonna be fucked up here. Hold on.
Agent Zero.
I heard tickets, right? Well, look, we're gonna hand hand out 10 raffle tickets while we in the Lowrider show. If y'all can come find us and see us, and you get 10 raffle tickets, and we're gonna pick a couple winners out of them 10, and we're gonna give y'all a bag full of goodness. I was gonna say
Good. All right. All right. I just want to clarify that.
Yeah, that was a good point.
I apologize. We're not cool enough to be giving away tickets.
I mean, if you get in there, you get a ticket. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I can give you my one that's been,
Give you my stuff. Yeah.
I'll give you my stuff.
Not me, mine's going on the wall, so you don't get that.
You know what I'm saying? Besides that, I do got other shows that I was supposed to be talking about. This Friday, Deadly Seven Cousins. You guys know that?
They know everything about it.
Deadly Seven Cousins Kickback. Friday, July 28th, 2023. It almost said 2025. In 2 years. No. 2023 from 7 to 12. 5750 West San Miguel Avenue, Glendale. Sweet. I love the
Movie theater?
I love the Old English, bro. The Old English is dope. But yo, man, if y'all gonna put that on your flyer, man, make sure it's clear because people like me don't know what it is. This is Sweet. I would say T2, L2,
T2.
I2.
T2.
Sweet T2.
He reading pig Latin.
Oink, oink, motherfucker. Yes, this Friday, Deadly Seven Customs is throwing a kickback over there at Sweet T2, San Miguel Avenue in Glendale. Also, July 29th on Saturday, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. Taco Cruise Night at Mixtecas Mexican Food off of Bell Road, 6731 West Bell Road. First 100 cars that come get a free taco. Yo.
Wait, huh?
You gotta buy the second one.
So if you buy 3, you get 4.
Hey, we're gonna slap you with one taco, bro.
Buy 1, get 1 free.
Hey man, we appreciate y'all, man, giving away one taco.
Are you
How
bullshit?
many times can we visit? I'll keep it around the circle.
I was here first 3 times.
Can I borrow some kids? Can I borrow some of your kids, dog?
Fuck yeah, I got
Hey, so there's only 30 cars here.
I'm gonna just come back in a mustache. You got a disguise.
One of them just kind of shaking on that. Hey, first 100 cars that come get a free taco. You know what I'm saying? Free taco coupon will be given next to the DJ booth.
Oh shit. So 2 tacos technically.
Yeah. Endless nights, all cars, all class car show. 6 p.m. Where is this at?
Oh,
Y'all killing me with these
savage.
small ass flyers.
My daughter's killing us right now, man.
Man. Hey, little Norms, I ain't got time for your shenanigans, little Norm.
Yeah, from this one down. The blue one.
She out here talking stuff, man.
Hey, we had a response to what I was talking about the cruises and all that good stuff.
Not a savage, man.
And it says it said that Jackson Cruise, I think it was about the Jackson Cruise, but it got shut down because of the same people that were cleaning when to tell the cops about the spot, and that is when they got told that it will be enforced. The council will be meeting to advocate different issues tomorrow with city officials and PD. Representative
Annalise
Annalise
Ortiz.
we will inform you with further progress. And then it says, I like cruising, that's Chiago with the spanking wanking. And then we have Ziggy's Pizza, Stardust, Friday Kickback, Working Class, Ultra Run. Street, Slow Rider Magazine. Then we have Sunday Fun Day on 19th Avenue. First Class is throwing that joint. They have a beer permit. Come through 6 to 10, July 30th. And then flyers gang. August 6th, man, on 46 East Cotton. Oh, that's in the streets, I ain't going. 11 to 6. No, I'm just kidding.
You said cutting, I thought it was a field. I said, fuck you, I ain't going to this shit.
Hey,
You just said you ain't glad.
but it is fresh start with the PH. They're trying to lure you in, bro. And it's not even. It's fresh start with the PA.
Pretty hot and tempting. Huh?
Free haircuts, bro.
Yeah, you get there. Good.
Free haircuts, backpacks, and supplies.
My strength is in my hair.
You ain't sensitive.
Rastafari.
Hey man, all these flyers we're gonna post on the Live Right podcast page, man. Make sure y'all check them out. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of stuff going on. There's definitely a lot of events moving in the heat. So you know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys check it out. And then there is the one that you're doing, right? Or you're a part of doing. What's going on?
Chicago Por La Casa. It's at Central Park, was it 2nd Street and Tonto. It's tomorrow, Friday, 5:30 to 8.
Y'all giving out one free taco?
I think it's free food until it runs out, so get there early because it's not.
Damn, for real? Yeah. We gotta look at you.
Oh, okay.
Right on the food.
See, now we gotta go show face. See, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
You know we finna be at this Friday, you know what I'm saying? On House 4 we're gonna be there at 4:25.
What's tomorrow?
You got 2 more days, man. You got 2 more days, man. Get jacket tight right.
Get Jefferson right. Start passing now.
Man, you doing anything this weekend?
No. Work.
I can see you working, man. He's always busy.
I'm work. I gotta get my lady's truck right so she can.
Busy life of Richard Scary. I remember that show.
Yeah.
Your lady cruise? What was it that she cruises?
Oh, she just cruised with me.
Would you?
Yeah.
She was on her own joint?
She cruises.
Has she ever asked for one?
No, she hasn't. She grew up, like I said, she grew up around that like, since a baby. You know what I mean? Her dad, they started that club when she was born. So she was born.
So she pretty much, I'm not even sitting in your goddamn
She's seen a
car.
lot.
She
You know,
cruises.
they
She
grew-
cruises.
You know, their dad and all of them were going
That's-
to shows in LA. You know, they
Right in the middle?
She's
And then
got
he-
the few in the veins.
It's in their blood.
That's awesome.
One-
So when you guys if you guys do something together, it's gonna be like the few casual, sophisticated images, like everything together. It's all the names in one.
It's something. We've been talking about it. So we've been talking
I'm just saying,
about
well, it's both names in one. That's one shit. A few casual, sophisticated images. Motherfucker, we throwing an event. Go to this motherfucker. I ain't gonna lay the shit out for you, goddammit.
Can't say that shit 10 times twice.
I can.
Like I said, we're gonna do a Scottsdale, so you don't show up.
Little do you know, one of my friends is the mayor of the city.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
Hey, any last words before we check out of here? Either where to find your car club, either on social medias. Anything else you want to say? I'll start with you.
Whatever you got. What you got there?
Words of encouragement. I'd say just keep it positive and keep it low. I mean, keep doing your thing, and it's like I said in the past. It ain't about what you learned along the way or what was handed down to you. It's about what you leave for the next generation.
Nice. Keep going. What you got, man?
And I'm just saying, I've been blessed. So thank you, everybody. Thank you to my wife Tony. Thank you to my kids. Thank you to my mom and dad. Putting up with my shit. Trying to keep me on the right track. Thanks to my father-in-law, BT, my mother-in-law, Laura, everybody, man.
Laura.
Play a part, to get me to where I'm at today. I've been blessed. Thank you, everybody. Everybody played a part. I'm thankful.
Yeah, go to my video right here. What did you put little hearts?
Where?
No fair submitted.
Thank you guys.
Oh, she laughing,
Put that up. Put that up there. Put her on the spot. She got kicked my ass and go. Put her on the spot up there.
I already did. You should have said that. I posted it already.
Thank you guys for having us, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, and also again, like, this don't have to be a one-time thing. Whenever there's something that you guys want to promote, bring out there, go ahead and let us know. We're always definitely ready to, say something.
It's the Bonnie and Clyde picture.
That's my lady right there. See, she's like Chris. Chris knows her personally. He knows both of us personally, and she's awesome. She's always been. She's always been solid by our side, and she never holds us down. So she always works to lift us up. So
She's 100, man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, she's 100 straight out, man.
What is that? At 100.
Well,
Can you not use slang?
Well, you
Please.
see the 100.
So I was gonna say nothing, man, but I thank you guys for coming out, man. We appreciate it. Thank you for reaching out to me, Eric, and wanting to be on the show. Like I say every week, it's an open invitation to anybody who wants to come on and be part of the podcast. Let us know what you guys are doing, like Mike had mentioned. Let us know what you guys got going on, what events you guys going on, or even something that you guys want to put together. Let us know, and we'll see what we can do for you guys and help you guys out with whatever we can. But thank you, Eric, for coming on. Casual Image. Thank you, Carlos, from Sophisticated Female. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
Thank you guys.
One more thing I want to bring out to y'all before we leave. So we're gonna start doing this thing, and since you guys are both here, I think that'd be awesome to start with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all showed us love coming on the show. We'll show love back to y'all. Do you guys know whose card this is right here?
Chris Bowles. Or no, it's not Chris. Who's it? What's it?
Agent Zero.
Agent Zero.
Oh shit.
Okay. So, let me check out the sticker real quick. I said Tinker.
We're trying to get rid of his shit. No, I was playing.
Trying to replace me already?
Okay. So we're gonna start
Rapid
doing
getting
here
old,
this next month, come August. We want to start showing love to other car clubs and stuff, and we want to start having another car in that right corner for a week at a time, different week at a time. So which one of you guys want to send us a car first, any of your car club members, anything like that. Anybody listening, if we have a car, we're not get a picture of the car. For cutting out purposes, you can have your car out there for a week when we do the live podcast. I think it'll be super dope if you guys have something you want to throw out there for a week, and then we broadcast on the videos. And you know what I'm saying, it's just showing, and we'll talk about it real quick. Like, hey, today we have, you know what I'm saying, Eric's car, and that's shout out to him and his club. That's his car right there, and then move on, so on and so forth. So this is something that we're trying to get together. Any businesses out there listening, if you guys want to do the same thing, holla at us at cruise65@gmail.com, or you hit us up on Facebook, YouTube. More or less, Facebook is where a lot more people are listening. cruise65@gmail if you want to hit the email for any businesses, and then I'll give you information how to get yours on the bottom corner. But the car clubs, man, hit us up, and you guys, if that's your contact. If you guys want to send even a couple pictures to get us going for the first couple of weeks, we'll go ahead and cut it out. We'll take a good picture, we'll cut it out, put it right there. Tell you what car club it's from. Anybody listening, if you have a car, you don't have to be part of a car club. You can be a solo rider. Send your car, man, and what year or whatever, what have you, your name, and we'll promote it for y'all, man. Just, for the shits and gigs, because that's what we do. Other than that, man, it's been amazing. This is always for you guys to replay. For anybody not listening, if you want to show people if they didn't hear it tonight, always go to the page, Live Right Podcast. Click the play button, and
Listen to your boy, man.
Like and follow.
So,
Thank you guys. Thank you guys once again, man.
Jeez.
so now this is the awkward part when we're trying to end it.
I ain't trying to end shit, man. I don't
Keep going away.
Oh, I'm on that, man. Shit. Until y'all run out of jokes. And then once you run out of jokes, it's a wrap. I just let you get those off. The first time to fill out.
Some alcohol and joke all night.
Good thing I'm ahead of you.
Now they talk about
I never bring it up.